Hey, are you one of the many people that has asked the question, how do I power my Tab 320S when I'm out boondocking? Well, we're going to answer that question right now. Don't go away. Hey everybody, welcome back to my Shoebox Adventures. Steve the Happy Camper here. Yeah, I'm in one of my favorite environments. I am out in the middle of nowhere on a lonely dirt road in the Sonoran Desert of Arizona, southwest Arizona. That's right, I am here at the Kofa National Wildlife Refuge. Kofa, one of the most beautiful places I've ever camped. But this is dispersed camping, people. There's nothing out here. There's no water, there is no electricity, there's no bathrooms, there's nothing. This is dispersed camping, boondocking, dry camping, and everybody wants to know, how do I power my camper? Steve, how do you power that camper when you're out there for a week in the middle of nowhere? So let's talk about it, right? Let's real quick do a rundown on how I power my camper, my Tab 320S Boondock Lite. And this is not universal, this is just what I've done that fit my budget and my situation, but it'll also work for all kinds of campers, not just the Tab. And there's different ways to do it. My way is not the only way, that's for sure. So let's talk about it real quick. Hey everybody, okay, so let's answer that question. How do I power my Tab 320S? When I first got the trailer, and that was at the end of December, it came like a lot of trailers. This is a 5-year-old trailer, and it came with a lead acid battery like you'd have in your car. And typically when you don't upgrade the package when you buy a trailer, that's what you get. You get one lead acid battery, and if you camp exclusively at campgrounds where you plug in, where you make a reservation, you camp on a pad, there's electric there, there's water there, sometimes there's even a sewer there, then it's not important. That lead acid battery is fine. It's probably going to be just fine. If you like to get out like I do, I don't do the camp thing. I will, you know, and I have a couple of times, and I'll do it some more, but this is where I want to be, in the middle of nowhere, all by myself, not lined up next to a bunch of people I don't know. I like this. And then I need electricity. You need electricity. I've got a refrigerator in here. I've got a heating system in here. I've got all kinds of electronic devices in there. So you need some electricity. Lights, for Christ's sake. It gets dark at night. So how do I power this thing? So the 12-volt battery that was in it when I got it, if it wasn't dead when I received the trailer, I killed it immediately by not knowing what I'm doing. I accidentally tried to turn on the hot water heater on a 2-kilowatt setting running off the battery. So that was the end of that in about 10 seconds. So I wanted to camp. I don't want to, wait weeks and try to figure out what I'm going to do, because I knew I didn't want to go back to a lead acid battery. So while I was going out, because I immediately, you get a new camper, you got to try it out. You got to hit the road. You want to sleep in it. And I didn't want to just do it in my driveway. I wanted to go out, so I did. And a simple and quick solution, and a lot of people can use this. It varies depending on what your situation is, but I was powering my entire camper. Now, in the old days, 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, people would say, oh, I got a generator. Yeah, there's my generator over there that powers the whole camper. Generators are great, and I have a generator for emergencies, but they make noise, they consume fuel, they smell bad, and that's not the environment I want most of the time. I'll use that generator when it's, when I need power and that's my only option, it's going on. But that's what they used to do. That's what we used to do. What were our options? That was it. Bring a generator. And you'd have to run that generator if you're out camping all winter, the whole winter long. A lot of fuel, a lot of noise. Then came solar, right? They've made huge advancements in these solar generators. I've got this out of date but yet fabulous Bluetti EB150. Okay, this is the Bluetti EB150. It has a 1,000-watt inverter, 1,500 watt-hours of storage. And I've got it plugged in right now. You'll see I've just got a plug going into the 110 outlet. And this is what I did here. Let me grab the camera and we'll go take a little tour here. This is what I've done to power the camper. This will power everything. When I've got this plugged in, and I had, and I just had the lead acid battery that was dead. You see the cords coming underneath, and I've just got this little adapter here, this 30 amp adapter to a 110, right? So I plug that in there. Camper is alive. There you go, 110. This is alive right now. We can plug stuff into it. Up to 1,000 watts because the Bluetti, it's the same as plugging it right into the Bluetti, but you can utilize all the outlets that are in the camper. You can see electric toothbrush is plugged in right up there, and I'm charging my electric toothbrush. And I can run, I've got, way in the back there, I don't know if we can see it, I've got some 12-volt outlets back there. I plug my electric blanket into 12 volts. I've got USB-C outlets back there for charging phones, etc. And I've got more 110 outlets over in this corner over here. But the whole trailer, the point is the whole trailer is alive right now. So I recently got rid of that lead-acid battery. Now the lead-acid battery was up here in this tub on the front of the Boondock Edition. I think they're always in the tub, even if it's not the Boondock Edition. And I had one lead-acid battery up here. I've got my propane in here. I've got my battery cutoff switch back down here. And oh, there's no battery. Yeah, battery gone. Okay, I've got a little bit extra storage here. I can put another propane tank. That's not the point of this particular video. So I went lithium, guys. I went lithium. I have 200 amp hour Firefly by Battleborn batteries down here. There's one of them right there. They're underneath this seat. And now I've got 200 amp hours of lithium. Now I already had, of course, it came with the 100-watt solar panel on the roof that you can see right there. Okay, that was really just a trickle charger for that lead-acid battery. Now I needed more, so I added 2 more 100-watt flexible panels. I can't see my camera. I hope you guys can see what's up there on the roof. 2 100-watt. Those are those Bouge RV. The CIS panels. There's something new. If you watch Professor Hobotech, he was testing these panels and he shot 5 holes in one with a 9mm pistol. And then he stomped all over it with his boots, and then he drove his side-by-side back and forth across it several times. So it was really messed up, and there was hardly any loss of electricity on that panel at all. He claims that you can put those panels on the roof of your camper, and they'll protect it from a hailstorm. And I loved all that because in the old days, like the panel that's on the 100-watt panel that came with it and most of the other flexible panels, apparently they break and crack very easily and don't last very long. So I gave these guys a try, and so far they're really cranking it. But so everything in the trailer now, it's really nice. Everything in the trailer, I used to be so sensitive about power, runs off those 2 batteries, but it's a 12-volt system. I don't have an inverter. And when I'm only running off my house batteries, I can't plug in anything into these 110 outlets because I have no inverter. And this is not a problem because everything in my camper, the radio, the TV, the refrigerator, the Aldi system, the heat, my electric blanket, everything's 12 volt in there, all my lights. So I'm good to go. I can even run my refrigerator off my batteries. And those 3-way refrigerators are battery killers. They pull about 140, 160 watts consistently. And I've been thrilled. During the day, I've been running it off my batteries, and I'm pulling in more than that off the roof. So my batteries are always 100%. I'm running the fridge for free all day off the sun. And then at night, I switch that fridge over to propane. I'm a little off topic there, but that way I don't take my batteries down a lot with that thing running all night. But yet it still runs 24/7. So whenever I need 110, I'm going to have to supplement with either a generator or some Bluetti type power bank that I plug into my camper. Now, if I want to run my air conditioner, that's the only thing that won't run 12 volt off the batteries, I'm going to need to plug in a generator, right? I'm going to need to either be at a camp or a park that has amenities, that has the plugs, or I'm going to have to plug in my generator if I'm out in the middle of nowhere and I need air conditioning. So air conditioning is the only thing I can't power off my batteries. And even if I could, the batteries would knock the air conditioner would drain those batteries. Probably in 2 to 3 hours I'd be out of power. You need a lot of battery storage if you're going to be running air conditioners off your solar. And this little tiny camper, there's no room for it even if I had the budget for it. So this is as good as it gets right now. And I'm very happy. So that's how I power my Tab 320 camper. I put in lithium batteries. I threw a little bit more solar on the roof. And when I need 110 in the camper, I can plug in either a generator or my Bluetti EB150 and run the entire camper. So that really does it. Now I can go out in the middle of nowhere like I am right now, and I mean, you can just stay out. When I run out of food and water is when I have to go back in. The solar business, giving me unlimited electricity is really, it's a game changer. It's really fun. So that's what I did, guys. I had to get a different converter in there because the old converter would not charge lithium up to 100%. There's a different voltage, the lead acid and the lithium. And I could have just left it alone. The old converter would have apparently given me 75 to 80% charge. This is what people say. But I decided, I'm doing this, let's just put in a new converter that'll charge them up to 100%. And of course the solar will always charge them up to 100%, assuming I have sun. So there you go. If you guys have any more questions about it, you know, if I don't script these things, so I might have left off a few details you're wondering about, but that's how I power my tab. I've got lithium for all the 12 volt, and if I need 110, I've got Bluetti. And I'm not going to bother putting an inverter in to run 110 off the batteries that are in-house. That's a huge expense, and I don't need it. This is simple. I could just take a Bluetti in there with me and plug whatever I need into the Bluetti and skip the whole thing with plugging it in the camper. The only advantage to plugging it in the camper is then every single outlet in the camper is hot, you know, wherever they happen to be, which might be more convenient than bringing a big heavy power brick in there. Either way, you know, now I've got options, lots of options. So I hope that was an informative video. You could do something like what I've done with any camper, really. But that's what I chose to do, and hopefully I'm going to be happy with the decision. So far I am. So far I've got nothing but power, and I'm looking forward to giving it extensive testing over the next year. So there you have it, guys. Short video, how do I power my tab? Thank you for your questions. All you people that asked me that question on my YouTube channel, thank you. And Facebook, again, thank you, guys. Questions that come up multiple times on my channel, I'm going to try to address them here in a video. And I may even get to the point where I do a question-answer video where I just read the questions off on the video. That might be fun. If you think that would be a good idea, let me know. Let me know in the comments. So I'll talk forever, so I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully you can get outside and camp. Again, I can't stress enough. This, for me, is like the greatest mental therapy in the world. Physical therapy, everything. Fresh air, vitamin D, exercise, and just peace and quiet. You know, that there's so much interaction. There's so much static and noise in our lives. It's getting worse all the time. And I notice that when I get back from these trips, I really feel a lot better for a short period of time, meaning I have to get back out. So get back out, get camping, you guys. If you can't, then live vicariously through me on my shoebox adventures. Remember, if you're still watching and you got something out of it, thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe. And until next time, guys, happy camping. Thanks again. Bye-bye now.